Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel Green Lion Goddess Tarot. Now I just recorded all your reading and then realized I didn't hit record, which is very, very silly of me. So I'm going to actually just work with the cards that are here because I think it's a really nice message that's coming through. And the very first message I got was there's going to be something to celebrate. And I know it's your season, so happy birthday to all of you who are having a birthday at this time. But I feel like that is kind of for all Cancerians. It is something outside of getting just the normal birthday wishes that are coming through. So that's important. The other image I got for you was going into a beautiful, like this is sort of a follow-on of a previous image I got a couple of weeks ago where you were about to dive into an ocean pool, and it was kind of like you knew it was going to be cool and you were in the warm and you had to adjust to a change. But this one is a much easier transition. It's a much easier sense of you. It was you not having to dive in, but you were just walking in, wading in. And it was just a gradual entry. Everything was warm. The water was warm. You know, when water's at that beautiful temperate energy that you're walking through, you're going in and just gently submerging. And it's a really warm and pleasurable experience. So that's kind of what I was getting for you. And then we got the Five of Feathers, strategy, resilience, and Knight of Acorns, action and drive. So this is where it was like, okay, I got somewhere to go. I got something that I want to be doing, and I'm happy to be doing it. Both of these are stoic little fellas. They're both heading in the same direction. It's like, yep, I'm going. I'm putting on my armor, I'm putting on my shell, and off I go. So it's feeling very enthusiastic, but at the same time, it's like, well, I need to kind of put on a raincoat in case it rains, but it's more just not in a fearful way, but just more in like a kind of sensible, pragmatic way of protecting yourself a little bit on the journey. Because you also got Cup Princess, Water Palace coming in, which is the element of water, and it's like the Cup Princess, you know, this is an element of you, and it's new emotions that are bubbling over, feeling anticipation, nervousness, excitement. She's not necessarily experienced in this journey, or she needs a chaperone in a way. She's got the Knight by her side. So she's like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit safer because I've got somebody by my side that feels like they can protect me, or feels like at least it's somebody that I can trust and rely upon. So this little Cup Princess is bubbling away, feeling all excited about the journey that she's about to go on. So this is something new that is some feelings that are bubbling up here around how you're feeling about this journey, about what you're about to embark upon, in terms of where you're feeling motivated to go. So it might feel like new territory, but it's like, yep, I'm being brave about this, you know. And I feel like ultimately what's happening is the Cup Princess is maturing into the Empress. She's not the Queen of Cups, but the Empress. She's like, yep, I'm going to aim high. I'm going to be like, where I want this to end up is somewhere really beautiful. And the Empress represents a really great outcome, and she also represents abundance. So the other thing with this journey is it's a journey of value. You're potentially going to get something of great value at the end of it, or you're creating a sense of self-worth with this journey, which feels really fantastic. So it is coming with the Death card, which is messages from the underworld that are transforming. Messages from Mercury has gone and had a chat to Pluto, and this is you, the Four of Swords, having a big think about it, going, I want to see if I can make sense of that. I feel like everything's moving forward now, but I just want to be really clear, and there's potentially a big shift and change and transition. You know, maybe I need a good rest as well. Like, make sure you're getting good sleep is something that's coming through, because you're being quite strong, like with this journey at this moment in time. So yeah, big transformational energy coming through, big transition. The Death card can represent a major ending as well. But next to the Empress, it's wanting to bring through. It's kind of interesting because what it does is it brings through, it gets rid of all the things that are dead, that you don't need anymore. It's like, boom, eliminate. And then it makes space for the Empress to come in and go, right, let's replant the crops. Everything's died, it's been winter, and now it's like we've created a space, we've got a clear field, we can replant everything and make it all beautiful like the Empress. So it quite literally is a sense that you're making space in your world for something abundant, which is really fantastic. And it may be these messages from Pluto and the underworld that you're processing might have been something from your childhood or something from your past that occurred with the Six of Cups. It could be a trip down memory lane. This could be both good and bad depending on what your experience was. So sometimes the Six of Cups can be feeling pretty sentimental. But either way, this Four of Swords is like I'm having a big think about something from the past that is transforming, or someone from the past. So this could be even your own childhood. For some of you, you're thinking about, because the Cup Princess is around, she does represent that period of our lives when we were potentially teenagers, where you're kind of not a child, but you're also not an adult, and you're transitioning like the Death card. There's this big transition between something that was in your childhood is maturing into adulthood. And so this doesn't have to quite literally be childhood and where you are now, but it could just be that something that is ready to mature into is ready to mature in your life. So, yeah, interesting with the Six of Cups. And so it was like with the Page of Swords, we had a lot of messages coming from Mercury, have an open and curious mind. We've got the Empress is also going to be in Gemini, because the Page of Swords is a very Gemini energy of just be open to what information's coming to you. So Venus in Gemini is very chatty, very flirty, very sociable, wanting to have conversations. And this doesn't mean you have to go out and be super sociable, but it might mean you have some significant information or conversations or chats might come to you. Now, for some of you, this is, it is pretty flirty and can go down that path. But the Page of Swords is a lot of things, I think, coming to you online as well with the Page of Swords. So, that could be some sort of dating app, but it can also be, so you could get some positive results with that as well this week if you're dating. But it can just be chats in general with the Page of Swords, like just online information. But it's just saying be really open and curious, because your mind's really receptive to some new ideas at this moment in time, which is Death card's wanting to get rid of some old narratives, some old stories that you've been telling yourself from the past, and bring in some new ones that can bring in some abundance. So then we pulled for you, as an animal energy, the dragonfly, which is the element of air. So all these kind of ideas that you're working and sitting with. But interestingly, the dragonfly flits around, fleeting ideas and thoughts, and then it's like it comes back down to the water. So just sense how you're feeling about it, how you're feeling about this information or this idea that's come to you. And then you're going to know whether you're going to want to move forward with it or not. So that's kind of your process of checking in with you at this moment in time. You are the Cup Princess about to turn into the Empress. But I do feel like with the dragonfly energy, this is potentially the start of a 2-year journey. So it's the start. You're on the journey, absolutely, here. But really check in with how you're feeling with things. And I also brought out this card from a different deck, the Star card, because this is Pandora opening her Pandora's box, and you can see all the dragonflies. Some people, dragonflies are messages from spirit as well. So some people have their own significant relationship. Like they could mean messages, seeing a dragonfly. But the Star card is very much a sense that a lot of information, something's been opened up and released, and a lot of information is coming out. But the other thing that also came out, and some of it good, some of it not so good, but the other thing that comes out is the angel of hope, the sense that you're on this journey. Look at you go, like super strong, ready, off and trudging through, going up, climbing mountains, climbing through mud. Nothing's going to kind of let you down or stop you at this moment in time on this journey, because you've got the star guiding you. And you've got the luminaries, you've got the light. I think the sun and the star are guiding you. So it's a sense of you've got this future vision of where you know that the Cup Princess wants to go, because she wants to be the Empress. but it's like a further down vision. But for the moment, you're receiving a lot of information about what it is that you need to let go of to create the space for the Empress, for this Empress energy to come through, for this abundance to come through, and it's a longer term cycle. So the Six of Cups can also mean bringing in more harmony and in terms of relationships and how you're feeling, especially around your home. So that's another theme that could come through with this. So that was everything in a nutshell, Cancer. I don't think I've forgotten anything, but yeah, it feels really significant. So just be aware of the conversations that you have. There's significance in even the minor details. Something might get in and kind of just, you might come back to it later and remember it later, and it might even be like, okay. And it might just like be something that you're kind of thinking about, and it might make sense. So I do feel like it's very just the details. It's not necessarily the bigger picture, but it's little details that are going to have an effect on you. So that's it. It feels like there's really positive movement forward, with this bigger picture energy of a dream, but feeling like, okay, it feels like it's all heading in the right direction and it all makes sense now, because we've had a lot of that sort of Scorpio energy since the full moon in May, of releasing a whole heap of emotions and karmic stuff. And it's kind of, some of it was like, oh, not again, not again, not again. Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense what the whole purpose of it was. So that's it, Cancer. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and look forward to seeing you next time.